Hello. So I was assisting a friend with something, and it kind of got me thinking. Um, uh, I'm a really big advocate for mental health, not just mental health, but helping others. I'm sure I've mentioned it previously. If not, I can say that for another video. Um, I've spent 10 years being a volunteer EMT in the medical services, working alongside nurses and doctors, paramedics. I've also done 10 years of police, fire, EMS, and 911 dispatching. And I'm a military brat. My father was a retired Army sergeant. So the medical, law enforcement, and military, it's pretty much all I know. And I know from being in such fields that there are a lot of people in this world who are happy and excited and joyful and happy to have life. Every day is like a breath of fresh air. And that's really great. It's unfortunate a lot of people aren't like that as well. I think the world needs more of that, actually. Um, but we were talking about something and it got me thinking. Um, if you ever felt sad, depressed, lonely, um, in anything that you said or did, or had a traumatic experience, or was experiencing like a crisis, please get help. It's very important that you do. And anytime somebody looks at you and passes you over like you're no big deal, and they sit back and they say, sorry, can't help you, or try there down the road, see what they can do. Don't put up with that. It's one thing if the person you're looking for help for help. It's important they have the right education, licenses, certifications, and all that stuff. It's very important. And if they don't have it, passing the buck and trying to blow you off isn't the appropriate thing either. What they really should do, ethically, morally, and humanely, is let you know, like, this is not my area of expertise. However, you really need help. Um, and I will do what I can to assist you until we can find you that appropriate person, group, doctor, whatever you need for your problem. I will be there for you until we can find you the appropriate person to speak with. Um, Now, whether that's possible for them to say and do, I'm sure it is. But at the same time, I feel like that would really change the way a lot of people um, feel when they go to someone for help. I really feel that, it kind of holds a little bit more, it means a little bit more to the person looking for help. Shows a lot of compassion too, which is always important. It's just, I don't know. It's just something that I'm a very a big advocate on. And the more I got thinking about it, the more it just, I just wanted to put it out there. If you ever need help, you know, there's the Hopeline, the suicide line. I'm sure there's plenty of crisis lines that you can go to, or crisis areas where you live. Worst case scenario, call 911 if it's an emergency, and go to the ER, which is the emergency room. If it's not an emergency, but you feel like you're experiencing a crisis, and you don't have a doctor yet to see you, or your doctor is away, let's say, and they can't see you, call the non-emergent line to your local police or medical department, whatever it is in your area or state or country, and tell them, like, you just need to go to the hospital and talk to somebody. You're experiencing a crisis or a trauma. It's a really big deal. You deserve help, and you deserve to be happy as well. All too many times, I've had people ask me, why is God doing this to me? Why is life letting this happen? I don't know what I can do. This is failing me. That's failing me. I don't have a support system. Surround yourself, if possible, with people that love and care about you, family, friends. Do work. Now, don't go crazy with work, and make sure your social network is a positive structure. So, any friends that want to go out, drink, party, and club it up, probably not recommended. um, but like having like that positive social environment is good for you. Having a job where you feel fulfilled and happy is important to have, and make sure you make time for yourself, and the things that you love to do. So if you like to read, read a book. If you like to sing, whether you sing good or bad, forget it. Go out there and sing to your little heart's content. There are some days where I'm singing and jamming out in the car, and I used to be a fairly decent singer, probably not anymore. I can't dance to save my life. But I do funny things. And I remember one time I was just jamming out to an 80s song, and I had a cop pull up right next to me. And he got in right on it. And like it made his day because he was happy and smiling. And I was just like, this is my favorite song. And now I got a partner doing it with me. It was great. It was great. And it's little moments like that that really make it special for somebody, make someone feel good. But again, if you need help, I'll drop the numbers in the description box. Even put them up here on the little thing, at least the suicide number. Again, everyone deserves a chance at happiness. And if you're experiencing trauma or crisis, speak up. Don't be afraid. There's so many people out there that have the same experience, but different. So it's the same title of PTSD or abuse, assault, or seeing a death of a loved one. It's all the same title, but the experience is different because it's unique to yourself. And you'd be surprised at how much people can relate, or even just sharing stuff with people that can relate to you on such a level will help make you feel. At first, it'll make you feel probably like worse than you already do. But over time, you'll realize, this is good. I'm letting it out. And, I'm not alone in this. And I say it's going to be worse the first time around, because you never want to hear heartache. It's always terrible when you hear heartache of another, or you feel the heartache of your own. It's very sad and upsetting. But having somebody there that understands what you're going through, it's very meaningful, so meaningful. And no matter what, just please know that there's so much more to life. I'm not going to be cliche about it and say, things happen for a reason. God wants it this way, or Allah says this, or Yahweh says that. I'm not going to go into the religious talk. That's not me, firstly, anyway. I don't like that done to me. Whatever your belief, maybe sit back and pray. And if you don't have a religious belief or a higher being belief, that's fine too. But there's always hope. And I've even noticed that you have to hit rock bottom before you're finally like, okay, I can't get any more bottom than this. It's a long way out. Now what? And you just do baby steps. You do baby steps, and just remember, if you're seeing a therapist, they are there to guide you. They're not here to tell you, go left, don't go right. It's all up to you and how you want to do it. If you're comfortable taking the long way to recovery, go for it. Because if that's how you're going to do it in order to get better and feel better, then go for it. If you're the person that feels like you're comfortable taking the shorter way because the long way is too scary, I say go for it. Very you do what's comfortable for you. And don't forget your positive reinforcement with your social network. And I'd say if you ever needed to vent, you could always email me, because my email is attached to YouTube here somewhere, but I'll put it in the link below as well. It's always nice to talk to somebody, and it's always nice to vent and have someone listen. But you don't be forced to do it. Do it in your own time, at your own pace. Just try and keep positive. I had a friend who thought so low they hit rock bottom, and I remember they were just done with life, and they failed attempt at suicide. There was a failed suicide attempt. Proper English, Dana. And afterwards, they just were like, it was really stupid of me. Like, I thought the world would be better off without me, and holy crap, my hospital room is filled with tons of flowers, tons of cards, people coming in and asking me, what are you doing, stupid? How could you be such an ass? Like, what about me? What about your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, and so forth. Like, it just went on. And they were like, in that moment, like, yeah, I have a lot to live for. I'm just kind of not having it well right now. And if I get well, I'll be able to see these things clearer. Like, I just got to get through that fog. So remember, all you got to do is get through that fog. And sometimes it takes longer than others, and some days are easier than others. And some days they're not easy at all. But just try and be hopeful. It's very sad when you see someone who's not very hopeful and feels like they have nothing to live for. But yeah, again, 911 if it's a severe emergency, suicide hotline number. Again, everything will be listed in the description. But just kind of take that time to think about that, and hopefully, you'll see and understand. And if you do know anyone experiencing suicidal thoughts or suffering or whatnot, reach out to them. Give them a helping hand or a shoulder to cry on, an ear to listen. Maybe if you suggest going to therapy and sitting down with them for a couple sessions, not all of them, just a few, that might be good too. You don't want them to be dependent, but you want to at least show your support and let them know that you're there for them. So that's my little rant for today. Sorry, thought it would be better, but I'm not very good with words, as you can see. I'm no counselor. I'm no licensed professional. I'm just someone who advocates hope for the hopeless and rest for the weary. And that's a Third Day quote to a song. They are a Christian band. I like those lyrics there, which I'll put that in the description below. So yeah, that's all I got. It's just amazing how much of a serious and intimate talk I have with a friend about like random generalized things. Sometimes this gets me going. So that's why I did this. Yeah, but thanks for listening. I hope it helped out a little bit. It's afternoon here, so about late evening, early morning, wherever you're at. So have a good night, good wee morning, and end of the week. I'll within the next day or two, because we're on Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. I'll put up my Guam eateries for you, but I just wanted to kind of give food for thought with that.